President Trump says a threatened 10% tariff on UK and European imports to the US now won't kick in on the 1st of February after he came to a framework deal with NATO over Greenland, but it's not clear what's in it. There was also some relief for the UK government on Thursday morning as borrowing came in lower than expected because tax revenues are higher. This week has seen a mixed bag of economic data, though, with higher inflation and lower employment. James Smith is a developed market economist at ING. James, the immediate trade threat from President Trump seems to have receded for now, but has this week shown the UK needs to further rethink its trading relationship with an increasingly erratic US?
I think it goes to emphasise that in the UK's case, it's not the tariffs themselves that necessarily matter, it's all the uncertainty that goes with it. And I think European leaders, UK, but also the EU as well, did those trade deals last summer in a bid to reduce the uncertainty for companies. You know, they weren't necessarily the sort of, necessarily all in the UK or EU's interest, but they did at least kind of create a bit of continuity, a bit of certainty. And obviously that's all been thrown up in the air. And even though we've had this sort of postponement of the 10% tariffs, let's see what happens over the next few weeks. It kind of feels like this story might not be over yet. So yeah, that uncertainty, that is an issue for Europe.
This week here in the UK, we've seen weak employment numbers and higher inflation. Is this painting a concerning picture?
I think the jobs market has been weak for quite some time. We've seen a gradual fall in private sector hiring all the way through 2025, down about 1 percentage points. This isn't really new. It is still quite gradual, but the hiring surveys are still pretty weak. It's very much concentrated in hospitality. At the moment, sectors affected by last year's tax policy changes. So it's something that we've got to watch. At the moment, the good news is we aren't seeing a big spike in, for example, redundancy. So I think this is more about attrition at the moment rather than something more worrisome. But, it is going to keep a lid on UK growth this year.
Why, though, do you think that hiring continues to look so weak?